Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020 at gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics, and I vlog my life. And today we're going to recap College Hill, episode 3. We're in season 2. This episode was so good. Hey, Sam. Yes. How you doing, Sam? I just wanted to jump on here real quick to do this recap on College Hill. It was so good last night, and I got into it a little bit in my last live. So the episode opens up with everyone preparing to go on the first field trip to the Civil Rights Museum in Alabama. I'm so happy that they chose ASU because there's so much history there. The college was started by 9 slaves and they were freed. So they invested in a building, which is now Alabama State University. So there's so much history there. And I just really hope they all embrace this experience. But there's a few people missing. There's a few people missing. Amon is missing and Ray J. Now, Amon, they do allow you to go off. Like if you had prior engagements, they let you go, but you have to come back and you also have to make up your work. So everyone is just like disappointed that Ray J is not there. And they don't want him to miss the experience. But at the end of the day, they have to do what they have to do. Another issue that was addressed before they went off for the field trip, Paige and Jocelyn Jocelyn got into a beef with Paige. So Jocelyn, in the beginning, she had a very stank attitude. Let's just talk about it, okay? She was real stankalocious, all right? And let's just say she was just really not that nice. But because she had an attitude or whatever, she locked Paige out of the room. So Paige was sitting around waiting for her. And so she went back to the housemates and was like, what should I do about this? Like, she shouldn't be allowed to lock me out my room. It's both of our rooms, which I thought that was very selfish on Jocelyn's part. Like, how do you just lock somebody out of their room like that? I don't care what your problem is. Walk off. There's plenty of space where you could close yourself in, but don't close your roommate off from her room. But Jocelyn got pissed because she went back to the room. Hey, Miss T, baby. Jocelyn got pissed because she went back to the roommates before going to her. So her and Paige sit down because all the other ladies resolved their issues last week, hugged it out, kumbaya, yes, one big happy family, except for her and Paige. And Paige is like, I really didn't have any ill intent, but I know how you are. So I just really went back to the roommates like, hey, how should I approach this? Rightfully so, because Jocelyn is batshit crazy. Okay, let's just talk about it. You don't know how she gonna react. You don't know if she on a white girl, the coke. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. You don't know. So she's a little bit cautious. And I don't blame her, but Jocelyn did apologize and she took accountability. She took accountability because she said she knows she not an easy person to warm up to. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I'm trying to keep up with my videos, you guys, through all this moving and everything. So please forgive me. I don't have a lot of tricks and pictures and stuff like that, but you'll get the gist of it. And hopefully you'll go watch the show because this week's episode was awesome. Awesome. Loved it. Like, it brought me to tears earlier because, like, looking at the exhibits and things at the museum, like, actually, I want to take a trip down there to go to that museum. Seriously, that's how good it was. But looking at the exhibit, it just made me just take a moment and think, like, wow, my ancestors really, like, suffered for me to have these freedoms right now of getting online and talking to people worldwide and having conversation. It just, like, it just makes it like, why do we have to mistreat each other? So that's what happened earlier. I'm leaving that there. But anyway, I'm glad Jocelyn was able to take accountability and they make it to the museum and they did not allow cameras, but they did provide images so that we can kind of get the gist. And each cast member talked about the experience because they say it's very, very emotional. Very emotional. And I can only imagine. Like, our people were kidnapped. Imagine going to some foreign land. You don't know the language. You don't know anybody. You don't know what's going to happen. And it's just like the nerve of these people, like, to apply because it was all like a business. And so, like, that's what they got into. What the slave trade was all about. How was a money market and scheme? That started with the clear people. Okay, let's talk about it. Like, because I'm so sick of the royals. People always, the royals, okay? They were the main suppliers of that transatlantic slave trade. Yes, we can plan a trip there. Seriously, I want to go. That's how, guys. If you haven't checked out the episode, it's on BET Plus. I don't know if you guys have it or whatever. It was a powerful episode. It was good. But everybody gave their accounts and their experiences and how they felt and how emotional it was. And I just thought that was wonderful. I really thought that was wonderful. But all the professors and the teachers are noticing that Ray J is missing. Like, this is the same thing Ray J did last season, and that's why he got kicked out of school. And you want to do the same thing or whatever. So the housemates, once they come back, they playing pranks on Iman and Ray J or whatever. So Jocelyn is gonna act like she in a fight with Sway or Quay, excuse me, Quay, and she gonna throw water on him. So it was so good. So Iman came in because Iman is like calm, cool, collected, peacekeeper, everything. So he walk in or whatever, and Jocelyn walk in hot, like, I'm not effing with you, MF, and throw water all over him. So Amon immediately got in between, was like, brother, we gonna let this go. We gonna let it go. And so he kind of blacks out. He's like, no, brother. And I said, yo, he a solid dude. Like, that's what a real friend do. You know what I'm saying? They don't let you just go off the handle. I need to touch the soil too. Seriously, I think we should plan a trip for sure. For sure, I'm serious. Like, I want to go to that museum, and I love museums anyway. But I want that experience. I really want that experience. Like, and even Jocelyn, she was like, my ancestors. She owned, like, a lot of Spanish descendants are Black. Yeah, so Iman was like, they only let it go so far, the prank, but then they called Ray J, was like, yeah, it was a big fight in the house, and here go Ray J. Soon as I leave, everything fall apart. And you know Ray J going, he answered the phone, no shirt on, in his little Maserati or whatever. Like, boy, why aren't you in class, Ray J? This is your problem. And he missed a very important lesson. And that's what everybody in the house, same sentiment was. Hey, Curves. How you doing? We getting into College Hill. The last night episode was so good. Even if you don't want to indulge in a complete show, just check out that episode because it was just really really good. And they talked about the history of ASU. They talked about the transatlantic slave. And then they assigned each of them a topic, whether it be like segregation, racism, slavery. Hey, Gabrielle, thank you guys for joining me. So each of them had to do a presentation when they got back to basically, drive home the lesson of what you learn or what you gather out of it. And they all did an amazing job. And once again, the professor notices Ray J is missing class. The other thing they're doing, they're preparing for Magic City, which is a huge homecoming game between the two Alabama universities. Like it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So like Paige is doing a majorette dancing. Um Amon, I think, is doing like drums or something like that. Each of them have a little part in it, and they're like, whoa, this is hard. No, it's good. This last episode was really, really good. All right. So then what came next? They prepared for Magic City. And it seems like the camaraderie in the house has really come together now because last week it was a little rough or whatever. But now everyone's on the same page. Hey, Bernice, thank you for joining. Now they're all on the same page. So everyone's getting along really well. Ray, oh, the next class they went to, they had to recite the song, the school's our alma mater, excuse me, the school song. Thank you. Yeah, they had to do the song, and then once again, oh, excuse me, once again, Ray J, New York, and Amber. No, Ray J, New York, and Jocelyn did not show up to class. Why? They were all celebrating Amber's birthday, but you know Amber has a lot of pain, you guys. She has a lot of pain, but because of their hangovers, they didn't make it to class. All right. But they did fairly well to recite the alma mater because I wouldn't have been able to remember it in that short time. But once again, the professor notices what people are missing for from class, And Amber Rose said it. She's like, I don't think it's a good idea to drink on a school night, and look what it caused for them not to show up. Curves, curves is nice. I love the show. I love the show. I do. All right. And the nerve of Ray J to be out of class after he just came back. Okay. He just came back. Ray J is the class clown. Period. Class clown. And then the last class they had an acting class, which I love. And Ray J clown fell asleep on the teacher. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do. Because Ray J feels like he's been there, done that. But everybody can have room for improvement, sir. And the professor said, like, you're gonna have to get raw and uncut. I'm gonna strip you down emotionally. And the first person they got to, Amber or whatever. And so one of because they have like he's asking them all these questions and he's making them think. Like, don't just think of the first thing that comes to your head. Really think about it. And one of the questions he asked, when was the last time you were happy? You know what Amber revealed? She said she hasn't been ever happy in a long time. She said she went through so much trauma and abuse as a mixed race child and things like that, and living in the stripper world, then being SLUT shamed by Kanye. Okay, people forget he did that. I hope you're doing well too. I hope all of y'all are doing well. You know why Ray J is the comic relief of the show. That's why they let him on, and he probably got some type of producer credit on it. Guys, this movie is taking me out. Yeah, I really think she should, and this is just my opinion. She really need to see somebody to deal with all her traumas seriously, because she's still carrying them. Like, she is on the show like I'm atheist. Like, everything is very dark. Like, she wear all black. She wears shades the whole time. It's just like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? So I rate this episode a 10 for sure, because it put me back. It reminded me of my worth and what all my ancestors fought for me to have these exact freedoms. Me sitting here speaking with you freely. The things our people went through just so we can have simple civil rights. We should not take that in vain. And that's the lesson I got out of this episode. And it's just this really disparaging, because like, you just see so many of our people tearing each other down, especially on these YouTube streets. And it's just like, we need to start uplifting each other again. Like, yeah. I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. You know what I think is a shame too? That Ray J is not taking this experience serious. He doesn't even realize the opportunity that he has. Like, they are in holy ground right there. Slaves started that institution. So, because education was illegal, but they knew our power would be in education. So that's why they started ASU. But you know what I'm happy about? Because a lot of the HBCUs are underfunded. So I hope this show will bring some attention back to them where they can get funds. He always thinks he's the smartest person, but he's the most ignorant, right? He's the most ignorant. And I'm glad Jocelyn put her whole ego aside already. This is not Love and Hip Hop. This is not Jocelyn Cabaret. And this is one of those experiences that is a once in a lifetime thing. And if you're a person that has never been able to attend college, why would you take this opportunity for granted with having a bad attitude? But it looks like she gained her footing now, and because in the beginning she tried to play victim, like, oh, they outcasted me and this and that, and they had to stand up to Jocelyn, like, you outcasted yourself. This is not Jocelyn Cabaret where everybody put hands on each other and fight it out. Here, you use your words. Well, the episode ended with everyone coming home and everybody's still asleep. And um, uh, what's her name? The dean, she is not having it. She not no play game. She showed up to the house. And that's where the episode ended. Because they said in the beginning, they have a strict attendance policy. You must, unless you have a valid excuse, meaning if they had prior engagements for work, they allow them to do that. But to just be leaving to leave because you want to go hang out with your homeboys, Ray J, not acceptable. Okay, because so she coming like his mama. Okay, The episode ended like, Ray J, you will not make a mockery of our program. Period. Because they take it very seriously. They take it so serious. Yeah, yeah. The black, they're struggling financially. They don't get the funding like the Caucasian universities. Yeah, put his behind out because he don't want to learn nothing. He think he know everything because he rich. Let me tell you something. No matter how much money you have, there's always a lesson to be learned in life because life, it just keeps life in. And guess what? Money is tangible. Like, it's here today, gone tomorrow. Don't play in my face. Exactly. Don't play in my face. But she meant business, you guys. And I'm looking forward to next week's episode of her reading. But I like the dean. Like, she's been supportive. She helped Jocelyn to break the ice with the other group members. Jocelyn opened up to her and things like that, and gave her tools to put herself in a better position. So they really want everyone to succeed. It's just really sad that they take their celebrity. Now, you know who I really think is gaining something? Paige from My Wife and Kids. I think she's really like fully embracing the experience. I think Quay is. I think Orion. Oh, he is so cute, Orion, right? But I love his spirit. Like, I just love his spirit. And New York. What is so hard about saying HB? HBCU. She could not get it down. I just even had to think about it. But she could, that in curriculum, she could not say last week. But can I tell you, New York has really grown. She has really grown, and I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. I like her on the show. I like her sense of humor. Yes, yes, I'm all in. It's like, and I like the men in the way the men blend in. It is nice. They're real like protective over the ladies. They're riding for each other. And Iman is just like, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. He said, I'm unproblematic. And I liked how the dean, because Amber, she was honest, because she was the only one that didn't have to remember the alma mater. She had to remember all of the names of the slaves that actually built the building, the first initial building of ASU. And she was honest. She was like, to be quite honest, I only got through the first names and not the second. And she said, you know what? I'm going to give you 1 week and another opportunity to redeem yourself. Yes, curriculum killed me too. New York is crazy. I know, Sister Patterson. Sister Patterson was something else, but that's the only person New York feared. Hmm. So yeah, guys, I what do you guys rate last night's episode? Those of you who watched on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm intrigued. I enjoyed first season. I really did with Big Frida, Slim Thug. See, Iman is like the Slim Thug of first season. Like, I love Slim Thug when he sat down with Big Frida and he said, I'm new to the LGBT plus way of thinking. So, how should I address you and things like that? And I just thought it was a really respectful conversation. And it was a good example of how you should address those things. Just ask somebody what they want to be called. And you know what she said? Depending on where I am, I'm different people. To my family, I'm still a man. Like, they still address me as uncle and this and that and another. So whatever you feel comfortable with. I just feel like this show breaks down barriers. And I'm just glad, because at first I thought it was gonna be like this catty, messy, but I'm glad they got it together. You feel bad for her dog, right? She was really attached to her dog, New York. And Jocelyn was so insensitive. It's just like, girl, just because you never had a dog or you don't deal with animals, that don't mean you can't empathize with her pain. Like, girl. Oh, you rated it a two, sis? I love that moment too. That's like one of my faves. And see, a lot of people do things out of fear. Like they, because they fear the unknown, they're scared to have the conversation, but we're all human, right? And I thought this week's episode, Amber opening up and saying that she's not happy. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look happy. She couldn't even enjoy her birthday. Yes, yes, yes. So Sim rated it a two. I gave it, because of the civil rights reminder, I gave it a 10. They get a 10 for me. It made me emotional. Oh, Sim said 11. No, it made me emotional. It just thought about like everything going on in the YouTube streets and everything and stuff. And it's just like, why can't we treat each other better? How come as soon as someone has a difference of opinion, people go to attacking people's looks, character, sexuality? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. We don't have to agree. But do we have to go on a hate campaign as a result of that? Uh-huh. It was awesome. It's been, when I say it like moved me, like I want to go to that museum. That is on my list. And Naughty Crew, we could plan a trip together, a field trip. All right. Because I would love to embrace the history down there. And I'm sure they got some good food down there. I know my dad, when he was alive, he used to frequent Alabama a lot. I loved it. So I'm looking forward to next week's episode for sure. And I think this is gonna be my last recording today, you guys, because I got some stuff to do. I gotta pack the last bit stuff. I'm trying to throw stuff out or whatever. We are out of here and I'm excited. New beginnings. And the new house is like so much brighter, because that's the biggest problem I have in my house is the lighting. I want to go too. The biggest problem I have in this house is the lighting, because there's a huge brick building next to my house. Believe it or not, it's an apartment building. So it blocks all my natural lighting. And so this new house has beautiful lighting all throughout. So I'm excited. Can't wait to show you guys my new office. Mm. I know. And I'm pretty sure like some of the Gullah Gullah. Do y'all know about the Gullah Gullas? Thank you so much. Thank you, Curves. I'm gonna drop the link just in case anybody want to come up and sound off on their thoughts because I just thought it was a really good episode. I know, Curves, you haven't seen yet. I know you haven't seen yet, but Curves, I'm telling you, you gotta catch up. You gotta catch up, Hunty. Yes, and please check out my previous video. We did a recap of The Brat Loves Judy. Loved them. More good lessons. You know, these shows are just actually really refreshing. And it's a nice break from the housewife shows and Love and Marriage Huntsville. These are shows with substance. And The Brat Loves Judy, they're getting into taking care of your mental health and how to bounce back from tragedy. I love the lessons in last night's and the week before's episode. I'm loving it. This is real reality TV, people. Tired of all this fakeness around. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm tired of all these fake storylines and stuff like that. Like I miss TV where I learn from and get real lessons from. Hey guys.
Hey lady. How's it going?
It's going good. You know, I did the recap for The Black Loves Judy. Got a little bit emotional because I started watching College too and started briefing them on that or whatever. I don't know. I just think I'm just very sensitive today because I'm going through a lot of change.
Yeah, and you're moving and stuff. So yeah. Yeah. I'm so happy you found an awesome place. Well
Yeah,
deserved.
I'm excited.
Yes, girl. Get over.
Sen says she's locked in for those shows.
Right? Yeah, I'm totally gonna go back and watch. Now I hadn't been watching because I was letting them build up.
Oh, you're missing so much, Curves.
Well, I'll have a lot to catch up on because, like last season, I was watching one by one, and I was annoyed. I was like, "Oh, I need some more." You know, when it's a show good, you want another one real quick. So I like to give me two, and then have one, and then I only have to wait 1 week before I have two more, and then have one, and then I do it on a lot of shows like that, girl. So when I finally get some time to sit down and watch, I could do it and I have good content to watch because I don't like commercials or none of that. Now, last season on College Hill, I loved it. I loved Nene on there, that Slim Jim guy. And
she called him Slim Jim.
that's
Slim
not his
Thug.
name?
Slim Thug. I know
Slim
who you're
Thug.
talking about.
And he was cool. And I love Frida. Who else was on? And Ray J. I was loving Ray J last season.
Ray J
oh
had
my
me
God.
on the floor, but I think that's why they bring him back. He's
hilarious. He is TV gold, and I feel like he's really just the house dad. He's not trying to do nothing in class. He never trying to do anything at school except for be cool. He's one of those. That's where they got that saying from, Naughty. He too cool for school. Right? Because he's like, I know everything. They're like, oh, what happened at the Gettysburg Address? He's like, I wrote it. My version was better.
Everything he could do it better.
Everything. God made the earth in 7 days. I could have did it in 6.
I think he's just forgetting you weren't always this rich, Ray J. Okay, yeah, humble beginnings. He's so busy trying to be Hollywood, Curves.
Yeah, or get a princess back when he can.
They still together. They never gonna break up.
They're never gonna break up.
They all be playing in our faces with these relationships, and I'm so over it. Right. Like, if you want to be together, be together. Stay off the internet. We don't care anymore.
That part. Why you bring it to us? Like this whole Blueface and Christian thing. They just need to stay off from in front of the. Stop giving them headline time, and they'll stop. They'll get bored. They'll fizzle out.
It's true. And she likes playing this game with him.
She does.
She likes him disrespecting. And I'm at the place you like it. I love it.
I love it. Have your baby. Y'all call CPS together and go be happy. But I don't need to hear nothing until then. That part about Amber. Part about Amber is very sad. I can't wait to see that because she never looked happy to me. And as soon as I saw that forehead tattoo, I was like, what's wrong with her? Because she's such a pretty girl, and to go like it and ruin it with permanent ink on your forehead, dude.
It looks like she's struggling with her self-worth.
Yeah.
Um, and she's still carrying her past traumas. Like, you really have to go and work through that so that you can officially let it go. And she hasn't been happy since Kanye SLUT shamed her.
Yeah, and he should
And
have got
that's
in
why
trouble
she
for that.
started the SLUT walk to take her power back
Right.
from Kanye.
And that's kind of like the amount of power it gives you back is like just rights to say it. It's not full power
It's
because it's
not.
still a derogatory statement. So it's kind of like black people taking back NIGGER because NIGER meant king and they used it against us or whatever the story goes, right? And I
Hmm.
just feel like there is power in taking things back, but when it's still a derogatory term, the vibration and frequency of it is still derogatory. So how are you ever going to be uplifted from it? You know what I mean?
I know, totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour. Yeah, but
Bonjour.
I totally just feel bad for her. I wish she could see herself as like we see her, but also maybe part of her problem is because she calls herself multiracial or biracial. She doesn't like pick a side.
Of
And
Hmm.
course.
maybe she feels like she should have picked a side, or I don't really know. I don't know. Can you imagine being so close? Because proximity to whiteness is power. So close and yet so far. You know
I
what I
can,
mean?
I
Maybe
can
that's
tell
what
you
she's
that.
going through.
I can tell you that for my part. I can tell you that.
Yes.
The situation to have clear skin but not considered to be white by some people in France is my
Hold
situation.
on, Gabrielle, you're getting an echo. We're getting feedback.
Okay, maybe I will see. Okay.
Do you have AirPods in or something? Because
No,
sometimes.
I just have my microphone. So it's better now?
Talk again.
Mhm. Okay, I will try. And now it's better?
It's way better.
Okay. So I will try to see. Okay, I will try to say it. It's better now?
It was clear.
Yes.
Did you
Okay.
finish that test?
Okay.
Go try to finish the
I
other
will
one. You
try.
have an hour left, and then you don't have no more testing. If you could just do that last test or get as far as you can on it today. Okay.
Okay. Here now is better.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So that's all the more
Yes.
reason to start now,
Okay,
baby.
just to have time to process it, and I will to be near to my microphone too. So I'd say I understand what she live in some way because on my situation, the fact to be white in France, but to come from North Africa, I'm not white for them. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What she lived is very complicated for her because she's 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 in the middle of a place. And remember what you said about Kanye West, and it's shame her. But remember, he was with Kim Kardashian for that.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
can we speak
Kim
about?
Kardashian started it, didn't she?
Oh, remember who was the beginning of? She make a S tape with Reggie. When I say that Kardashian victim, Reggie make a contract with her to make a S tape. It's the way she become famous, Kim Kardashian. And after that, Amber Rose was with Kanye West, who after he go with Kardashian. And she was blacklisted by the Kardashian family after that because she know them.
And this is what
Oh.
guys, this is what the industry does to people. And people are so quick to jump in. The men, once they can't use you anymore, they chew you up and throw you away. And then you're treated like you're nothing.
Right.
This is what the industry does. You see it over and over again, and it's patriarchy, the industry.
Yeah. And yeah, and they passed around people like some of our faves have been passed arounds, like Marilyn Monroe. She
Yep.
was passed around. And like as soon as the stars made, they like kind of just pass them around and then use them up, and then they're left nothing. And yeah, it's a horrible, horrible patriarchy. The machismo is real. And I'm glad that Amber is putting it out there, because I really didn't think she was happy saying slut walk, putting slut all over yourself. Like
Yes,
that seems like really, that's
she
kind of borderline self-abusive, you know?
I think she tried to go on that, identity, because it's the only thing the world want her, let her, have that identity. But what I like is I make the comparison with Black China. Black China, she get aware of that, and she get back with her name. She get back on her face.
I
She get
love Black
yes,
China's story.
and now she not calling her now Black China. She get her
Angela.
Angela. She get back on Angela. The question of Amber Rose, it's go on your own identity, create your own identity with that label on you.
Mhm.
You want to have a love life? Yes, you can have everything you want, but it's coming from you, not for the public, and not for that party, that misogynistic people. You need
Yeah.
to be freed from yourself. You need to have your own identity. It's a question of that you said about education earlier, Naughty, and to have knowledge. you it's that you need to have so much knowledge to be free to take your decision. You need to have an education to be free to do what you want to do. You
You
want to,
okay?
it's very like that. You said that we need to have an education to be free in some way, to have the choice. It's exactly that. When you don't have any education, you are stuck in some place, in some level of society. You don't have the freedom to think, because you are.
It's true, but also I think needs to happen. These young ladies need to stop putting their value into a man and put value into themselves.
It's exactly that.
Because it's all about control and power, and so they want to keep you broke and dependent on them, so that when they're ready to discard you, you have nothing.
Or right, or they want to keep you digmatized.
Oh, exactly. Because I will tell you that all the BBL thing, the failure thing, the nail thing, the wave thing, everything like that, to be very sexy like a Kim Kardashian. I'm sorry, remember the BBL thing is coming with her. She makes that coming on the black, community too. They
Right.
put that. The Kylie Jenner, the black people, the black woman make that family rich to buy their product. Now the question, now they are going to be more white, or whiteness
Oh
to be
yeah, they're doing this whole whitening. I call it the whitening.
whitening.
Or I've been calling it the unblackening.
Exactly, they go back on that, aesthetic, style. Please go to help black owned small business on your thing. Go to your city to see what you have in, to be with your document. Go to the library to get a book.
Yeah.
You got feedback?
I don't know. Do I?
Me,
No,
you have
Sarah, you have
feedback
a
from
little.
me.
Yeah, a
You have.
little bit.
I will just, okay.
Now you're clear. It just keeps going back and forth
I
sometimes.
don't know what's happening with that microphone. I will try to. Okay,
You good?
it's
You're clear right now. You're
it's
clear.
better now
Yeah, you're clear.
because I'm near for him. So what I said, it's the thing with the college. We see people coming from for the black community get their second chance, because it's in some way it's good to see people go with their vulnerability, their thing. But Reggie is always go to be the clown of the thing. He was fooled by the Kardashian. He was cursed by them. He was, he lost his career because this sex step. His sister was also, cursed by that people. So allegedly, I said allegedly. We're not sure. It's allegedly. He said he make a contract with them to this 8 tape. So we see people from that community be played and fooled by men and by patriarchy and white community to be
Mm-hmm.
on their role, to be the slut, to be sexy with the BBL, to spend their money on big car, on everything. But when you see truly rich people, they don't buy that. They don't own that. They don't do BBL. They don't do that. They do little. It's a mentality. And when I see that, college, it always to get a second look. And the way, Amber Rose to speak about her vulnerability is very touching for me. It's very touching.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
can't
they
wait to
talked
see it.
about the transatlantic slave trade a lot in last night's episode.
I can't wait to see.
How big of a business it was,
It was.
and how the group of Europeans got
Yes.
together
Yeah.
and basically conspired to basically use us and take us out
Yeah.
after we done all the work to, you know,
Build. Yeah.
build countries and you know what I mean, get
That's
business.
deep.
I will tell you, it's not finished. When you go in Africa, you all have, European community and European, industrial have, access to the hold the wealth on the ground. You see what happened in Congo with the cobalt thing, the gold thing. You see that in Algeria when the France, just getting all the gays we have under the desert. You see white people and USA, Europe, buy place. And remember what is happening with Potomac with the husband of Ashley in Somalia. His wife is
Oh
from
yeah, Ashley in Somalia. Yeah.
and her husband.
Yeah. Yeah. How
And
he
we
bought all
speak,
that land and allegedly
he had that
funded.
land. He
Yeah.
is owner
Mm-hmm.
on that land. And he was a
Yeah.
white man with a clear, dark skinned woman. We don't see any,
I feel like, them teaching this in college is under attack in that one state and a couple other states. And in just April of 2023, the Vatican apologized for their part in the transatlantic slave trade.
But they won't apologize for their part in the SA that happened to a bunch of children throughout
Right.
the
Well,
years.
you see how
oh,
long it took them. It's 400 years later, and they're finally admitting to their part in the
I will
transatlantic
say
slave
more
trade.
near. They don't now acknowledge their they participate to the Jewish, pogrom and on the show up thing during the Second World War. They don't help people.
Stop
They
it, LL.
truly they were complice of that. They closed their eyes about that situation with Jewish people exterminated in Germany. It's true. It's a fact. We make movie was make about that. They were so much always close their eyes around that type of thing to be discriminate and erase some people on
Well,
the
but they were there with their hands out to take the riches and the freaking books and stuff and hide it away from the people and keep it as a Vatican property.
Yep. Too.
Allegedly.
The Vatican place it's a gatekeeper for fiscality and taxes.
LL. Stop it, Milo. You're fine, LL.
Taxes. It's very bad, but I hope people with that show can, open their eyes and say, okay, I make mistake on my life. I can rebound. I can,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the only
Yeah.
people they can rebound for the moment are Tom Sandoval and Racket. Okay, we know
Right.
that. They can rebound for the moment because
Yeah.
I see yesterday the last episode of Vanderpump and I was just
Everybody makes mistakes. I still don't. I'm as far as Vanderpump Rules goes. I'm just like, dude. Everybody.
I wanted to get into it. Wait, hold on. Cause
okay.
all right, we're gonna change track because that's my show too.
Please, all the people, we need to stamp. It's 48 minutes and 38 seconds. We go on Vanderpump now. We need to speak about that, girl. We need to speak about that. Please. Okay.
Yes.
We
Okay.
make the
Wait, here's
conclusion
my
to
phone
say
because I got
college
clips
kids,
and
it's
everything.
important to see for the Black community and people they want to have a second chance in their life. Go to
And
see
let's
that.
talk. Okay. All right.
And
Just
now,
on the surface, do you think the cast knew prior to all of this filming that what was going
okay.
to happen?
Glarja, go first. I let you go first. Go first because you are the
I
voice of
feel
reason.
like I feel like people knew, but they didn't know for sure. I feel like they saw things and might have been like, but they didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like the people that did know for sure should have said something to their friend Ariana before it got to the TV. And I don't feel like it was Raquel's place to tell Ariana.
Yes.
She wasn't the one in the relationship with Ariana.
Sandoval is a coward.
I feel like Tom being in the committed relationship with the pattern of doing this to live-in girlfriends should have been and still remains the one to be checked. And I feel like Ariana is taking it so well because she technically knows she started off with Tom in the same way that Raquel is
Yes,
starting off.
I think she had a breakdown. I think that truly she had a breakdown because after I see the show, she had some breakdown moment. Truly, she had some suspicion. But maybe in her she said, "Oh, isn't possible? It's too big. Why go with my best friend?
And that's the part. Can we stop calling her his best friend? That was not. I mean, Ariana and her had what 10 years age difference. That wasn't her best friend. That was
She
her
was like a little
that was like a
sister.
good new friend. That wasn't her best friend for years.
No, but I will tell you that it's maybe like the little sister thing, like Sheena and her, the little sister thing. Like, you have a
Well,
woman young and you can have so much, affection because she's young, she had this breakup and she might remind you when you are young and you can be invested very fast on that relationship. And
yeah.
Raquel, she's very,
She's so sweet and cute.
yes,
And her
everything
big
like
doe
that.
eyes.
Can I make this point though? Because I've been watching the show from the very beginning
Me
with
too.
Jackson, everything.
Yeah.
But this show is a perfect example of the way men exploit women
Yep.
on a regular basis. They've been passing around those girls on that show.
Pass around.
Thank
Pass
God.
around. They all have slept with one another at one point in time.
You know what, Naughty? It's the voice of wisdom too, because you are the reason. At the end, who is gonna be the big victim? The big, get everything on the shoulder is Raquel. She's gonna be the mean girl.
That's the horrible part. They did the same thing to Faith Stour when she slept with Jax. It's like Jax just slept with 25 people that season,
Yep.
and him sleeping with Faith Stour was the wrong one. And that's just like everybody's like, oh, Tom already cheated. He was a serial cheater. But him cheating with Raquel.
Because
now
because you know what? Because she's friend with Ariana.
She wasn't there, but that's the point. If you look at her behavior, she was never Ariana's friend. It's feeling
But
like
you know what?
she's
For
been always
Ariana,
more
she
Tom's
doesn't
friend.
see it. She does.
Because if you even look, the night that they even hooked up, remember, she comes back from the girls' trip. And Tom had already said at the thing to James, oh, yeah, Raquel called and da-da-da-da-da. They were already friends. Her and Tom were already developing this relationship. For Tom to have the information about what happened to Raquel, he didn't get that from Ariana. He got that straight from Raquel.
Yep, it's true.
And last night, I knew it was a dead giveaway when both Toms was sitting talking about the embryo transfer, and he's like, "Are you really gonna do this?" Like,
yeah,
because he knew.
Oh,
he knew.
He knew. And I see the trailer of the reunion since August, and everybody, and you see Tom Sandoval have this reaction. But the problem, I think, the production, maybe they don't have any, so much proof. Everybody has suspicion, but I will tell you that on December of 2022, someone sent.
I have to say, the full circle moment is when Ariana met up with Kristen.
Oh, I had to turn it off right then.
You and Tom, you flaunted the relationship in her face. That woman had a mental breakdown in front of the world.
Yep.
Who, Kristen?
Yep, I tell you that. She had a mental breakdown when he shit on her. But she goes with Jax too. Okay, we need to say that. She's a little bit crazy, Kristen. She's not...
She is a little bit crazy, but Tom, this is history repeating itself. You did the same exact thing. That's why Ariana, you only can be so mad because the way you get them,
you can't even be mad. How you get them is how you lose them.
Okay, exactly. But I will tell you that she says so much. The scene when they are speaking together on the couch on the living room, Tom and Ariana, and she said, "I was there since the beginning with you."
She said what?
She said, "I was with you since the beginning when you have, this combat boots, these skinny jeans, everything like that."
When he had nothing.
Yes, she was there since the beginning with him. Okay?
I just knew when they weren't getting married, they weren't going to make it. I just knew
it. Because he wanted it and she didn't.
For years, she rejected him.
You know why she doesn't want? Because she knew he's gonna be that. Is
I
the
don't.
Yes, she had this voice under her head to say we don't go on that way. She try and she say to when he said to her, Raquel, respect me, you don't respect me. And when he tried to make her to with Sheena to say, oh, but she said she gonna be kill herself. I say, what are you exactly saying now? You saying now she doesn't respect you in her
I don't.
face?
He was just coming up with excuses, the same exact ones that
He's trying
Mansplaining.
to
he
make her
told
look like crazy
Kristen.
in
Oh,
national
we weren't
TV.
intimate. Oh, I get on her nerves. Oh, we haven't had sex. Oh, we
Oh, we
this.
didn't
Oh,
even
we
like
that.
each other.
Same
He
exact.
say to Sheena on
It's
the
called
camera.
mansplaining. It's called mansplaining,
Mansplain. Yeah.
and it is bull. Cause just grow up and take accountability. That whole fake ass breakdown he had at Lisa Vanderpump's house, that was a whole acting scene. Tom Sandoval is full of himself and he's a narcissist. He
Yeah,
thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread, and his band is corny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I will tell
I
you
think his
that
band is corny. I
the
feel like he has
the
charisma
sobbing
though.
scene with Lisa Vanderpump is ego take to be humbled by the people because he see everyone flipping his back around him say you are
Unlock
not
the
a good
door.
person. You are not a good people. You need to get away. Everybody see to
Okay.
him, you lose everyone. And when Ariana said to Tom Schwartz, I can leave your friend with you because you are friend with him, she made a statement. She make more statement. And Sheena said to him, so you are not happy with your girlfriend, so you go with Raquel.
You
Your
know, that was rich coming from. I can't accept anything from Sheena. I can't accept
yes,
anything from Lala.
this
I can't
time,
accept anything
this
from
I
James.
no, she
They're
said
all
it.
the wrong messenger for this particular instance.
Okay,
They're
James.
James is
bona fide
disgusting for calling
cheaters. They
Raquel. And
cannot
Raquel,
think or what? I'm sorry.
I said James is disgusting for calling
He is.
Raquel and
Okay, thank
exploiting
you.
that situation.
Yeah. He pushed her to this. To me, I've said it from the beginning and I'm gonna say it till the end.
I will tell you that
They
it's not
broke
James.
Raquel. They broke her. She
She
felt like
goes.
she was, think about it. She was there for 5 years being a Bambi eyed bitch,
I'm coming
a
back to
nice, sweet, innocent little girl she was. She got cheated on, laughed at some more, told to hey, just get over it. And now she's like, oh, this is what they do in this group. I have to fit in. Oh, and look, Tom likes me. Let
but
me
she
fit in the way people fit in here. Let me go do this. You know,
Nadia,
how can
you
I
need
fit in this group unless I'm like
Nadia,
these
just
people?
remember one thing. She was fan of the show and
They
she
were off. That's how James got him. That's not a great equivalent comparison to me because James Kennedy admitted he only came on this show via Kristen to get on the show. He was a fan of the show. He
yes.
screwed Kristen to get on the show, and nobody cares about that. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
He's
But now his
disgusting.
girlfriend can't do it, and you know what I'm saying? So you can
The
no no no
question,
no 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 no.
the question is not other people. The question she choose the wrong woman to do that.
No, I'll find you some.
He
Yeah,
choose
I
Raquel make the
They
bad
exploit
choice.
the women to get on the show. Hello,
Yeah,
people.
he exploited the women to get on the show. I feel it's kudos to Raquel for
Okay,
exploiting a man to get some more camera time.
yes, but at the end, she break the heart one, the only woman she doesn't need two. Ariana, she was not the worst on that. She was nice to her.
Ariana should have paid more attention to what was going on around her. I'm sorry.
Yes, but you know what? She lost her grandmother. She lost her dog.
But
Yeah,
she hadn't
how
been
dare
having
you cheat on
but
me
she
when I'm
already hadn't been having sex with Tom for months
I will tell you that.
before that.
I will for sure. My ex, one of my ex. I will tell you that. Bon appetit, Naughty. My ex was a Cancer. Tom Sandoval is a Cancer sign, zodiac sign. My ex, it's the same way. The same way. This guy drain your energy. They are vampire.
What
And I
is
will
that,
tell you
Naughty?
that. I will tell you that
I know
they
it's
emotional
good.
can,
vampires. They're
they
called
can,
emotional vampires.
and
What are you
Oh
eating,
physical,
Naughty?
energetic vampire. For
Is that the chicken man? Is that the
no,
wing
no,
man?
I got me some cherry curry chicken, rice and peas, and some cabbage.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Buy one get one free on Uber, you guys.
No way. They
You
don't
never
have
heard of
wings
buy
like
one get
that.
one free on Uber?
yes,
Nuh-uh.
I used to do that. I always, buy some fish burger, very specific on Paris, very good with big fish on that. delicious. And when they are 1 for 2, I always want 1 for 2. I always do that with herb. It's so good. They are fish, but the big fish with very
Uh-huh.
fresh, very
That sounds good. I
with
love
a
fish on
cheddar,
Fridays.
on that, and homemade sauce in it with a fresh vegetable. And when you bite it, it's with a big bread from bakery, fresh
Mhm.
for the day. You can love it. So I come back. We get back on the Vanderpump. I
I'm
said,
back on the
food time is finished. We make a statement. That situation is so hard for everyone
Yeah, it's
because
hard for everyone. I
Ariana,
cried
she
for
doesn't. But
Ariana.
I will tell you that Tom Sandoval, I it's like my ex. It's like people you want to protect and you want to love and give everything, but they are empty like a vase. They just take, ask, demand, but they don't
Well,
give.
and then if we really analyze Ariana,
She's
she
very modern.
knew about Miami Girl,
Yes, she knew, but she said what? She
and
said,
she
okay, you
sucked
make.
it up to protect him at her expense. So this is a PSA. Women don't do that. Put yourself
Yeah,
first. If you see something, say something to yourself and then do something for yourself. And don't be around nobody like that for 10 years. It was never
yes,
going to end good,
but
her protecting him. It was
And
never going
stop
to end
taking
good.
the cheating. If they cheat, cut it off.
I'm
Don't stick
sorry, but
around.
I will tell you that you have so much woman. You can have some mistake in your relationship,
It's
and
hard. You won't get past it.
You won't.
oh, I will tell you that. I will tell you that if we take the number of men they are unfaithful to their wife and the wife stay, it's almost all the world.
Hey guys, you guys need to check out
What?
Storm Monroe when you get chance.
I
The
love
real
Storm Monroe. What'd he do?
the real story behind Steve Harvey. He
Oh,
had Essie Berry, who is, remember what's happening? Hey, hey, hey,
Yeah.
rerun. His wife, his widow.
yep.
She is Mary Harvey's power of attorney.
Yep.
Why?
You gotta go watch. It was good. Part one was last night. She revealed and she came with facts. She has like proof of things. She has a
Of
paper
that,
trail of years. But Steve Harvey, his throne is crumbling. Let's just say that.
I will tell
And,
you
and
one thing.
all these powerful men in Hollywood that have done things to their ex-wives and put gag orders on them to
Oh,
cover up to protect their image.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Marjorie Harvey
mm-hmm.
ain't no saint, honey. Okay,
Oh,
this
we
has been
already
a
knew that.
blackization for years. But I'll leave you with this. All of his first wife, because there's a first wife before Mary.
Yep, I
There's a wife
remember.
before Mary, then it
Yep,
was Mary, then it was Marjorie. And I
yep.
think it was one more. All of the women's names start with M-A-R. That's how diabolical and calculated he is. And I'll leave you with that. Y'all got to go check it out.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to
Okay,
go watch that
okay.
and all the
I
Cottonfield,
just want to say to people, go to see the the Scott. Go to see to the channel of Sloan, Sloan.
Yeah,
It's
I like
really
Sloan. I follow Sloan.
Sloan. He had the problem with Scooter Brown. The
Cuda Brown is
yes, and the Ilsher song pastor too with his wife and the pastor of Justin Bieber, the Ilsher
Share the
song.
Sloan thing in our chat. I never heard of Sloan before.
Yes, it's very good. It's a young boy, but he had a cease and desist from Scooter Brown about the story
Ooh.
about Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, the Hill Church song, and the pastor who was unfaithful. Remember, I sent that on the Instagram group. This wife who punched her husband when she's still.
Oh, that story.
He was
Okay. I didn't I
he was the face of the church when Justin Bieber around it with Hailey Bieber, and it's linked to the Hill Church song, who allegedly is okay to kids to be married at 14 for girls of 13.
sound like he from
Remember?
Tennessee.
Yep.
all these predators out here. They're Your time
It's
is running
disgusting.
out.
And now you have the I will say that to all of people here now. Go to see the Alabama Rush, documentary about sorority and calling the machine. They speak of the sorority in the South in Alabama with something calling the machine. And I will tell you that story about the sorority of women, of girls on Alabama and what happening with the machine is very interesting. I will tell you that in astrology we are in Pluto in Aquarius and Saturn in Pisces. The time of the mask are falling down, girls.
I think a lot, cause see a lot of the atrocities that happen in the industry on all levels. Cause even Kiki Palmer has been speaking out, and she wants the music industry to be hashtag Me Too. There's so many things that they're covering up, and I'm passionate about this, cause and I'm saying allegedly, but I think they coming for Diddy. I think they coming for him. They trying to the family's trying to get Kim's case reopened, and Kamara Lee has stepped up and got involved in.
Well, and there's a lot of other ends to Diddy too that have been making the news lately. So yeah, it seems like whatever is happening to Steve is happening to Diddy. All the
I will
skeletons
tell
are
you that
banging on the door to
the
get out.
PDDA rumor.
Jay Z too.
Oh,
Jay Z
yes,
too.
I will
Why do
tell you
you think
that.
he doesn't want to talk about his alleged children? Because he was sleeping with their mothers underage. He was a grown man sleeping with 15 and 16-year olds.
Yes, and
So
you
that
see,
one that needs the DNA, and he's 30 now, and his mom died, but she did the affidavit in 2015, was underage when she slept with Jay-Z.
That's why we don't want it to come out. I eat Foxy Brown, people.
I will tell that a story about Jay-Z and Rihanna. She was underage.
Exactly.
And
How old was Rihanna when him and Jay when
16, 15.
She was
She
and
15.
how
just
old was he?
he was already 13. He was already with Beyonce. She was 20 more 20. She was very older than him.
Well,
Than
wait. So you're saying that Jay-Z allegedly
I
cheated with
don't say.
Rihanna while he was with Beyonce?
I just say Jay-Z, he loved Becky with a long hair and a silk hair, but maybe young Becky, very young Becky, but I don't say anything. I'd say maybe, we don't know, but maybe. Always say maybe,
Mhm.
because we don't have
Mhm.
any proof. But Rita Ora, and remember, Jay-Z, his beginning of his career was to allegedly sell drugs.
Whoa.
So all
Whoa.
these
Yeah,
big
they need
wigs,
a
look
Me
at
Too
who's
movement in the
controlling
amusement.
everything, people.
They
And
definitely need
I
it.
will tell you that.
wait, and on the heels of Amir coming out and taking the case to Supreme Court to get the DNA done, here comes Jay Z announcing a big announcement about a casino in
And a
Times
house.
Square.
And they just bought a new house in California,
And you
$200 million.
see, and you
It's
see
the
the scene of the mother of Beyonce collapse in Brussels. At
yeah.
the same moment, you see the beehive and other thing. And just one thing, we see a picture of Tyler Perry had his hand, holding the hand of Beyonce during one concert. Not a Jay-Z, it was Tyler Perry holding a hand like a couple. And say,
Oh well, that's not a couple alert. I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
I don't think
I
that's
will
a
tell
couple
you
alert.
that. I will tell you that one thing.
Jay Z's too controlling for that.
Yeah.
He ain't letting that go down.
Her mother too. I am already say that to people. For me, when every time I see the mother of Beyonce, I'm sorry.
Tina,
Witchy vibe, witchy vibe, witchy vibe. Like
I get the more witchy vibes from Momager Chris Jenner. I feel like Tina
both.
Knowles
I'm
is
sorry, it's a both thing. I will tell you that why. When we do the live reading with Kempire and Fam Tarot, it's very funny. She always said that she can go to see Kardashian. She never do Jay Z and Beyonce because she's afraid. She said that on her live. She doesn't do any reading on Beyonce and Jay-Z on live. She's afraid. She doesn't touch it. I can
Wow.
on live. You see, you go on her old video. Sometimes she touch it, like the Megan Stallion situation. But I will tell you that she never go to make a big reading on them on live. Never.
Real quick, did you guys hear that? Damn, I couldn't believe Whoopi Goldberg of all people. I thought she liked Megan. She's
No,
all, you can't chase in New York. I don't think it happened, to the point where supposedly Megan and Harry want footage released from like traffic cameras and stuff to prove that they were actually chased the way that their account is. Did you hear
the
about that?
problem.
I
Yes,
heard all. I reported on it this morning. Like, I can see both sides of it. I mean,
Yeah,
can they be a little dramatic? Absolutely.
you
And
know,
I just
yeah.
think it's a coincidence that it's the to the day that this happened to his mother,
yeah.
and that's what I think is weird about this whole thing.
But
Like,
remember who did you see Selling Sunset on Netflix? You know what, Meghan Markle, she remind me. She remind me Chriselle on Selling Sunset. She want too much to be the perfect woman of the world, but you see something is hiding behind his face. Sorry to say that,
I feel
she's.
like Kate Middleton is way more that than Megan.
I will tell you that if it was the truth, where she gonna be break that family to? Where she go to take that guy to make him go away from his family, to make all these things? You say, oh, we want to be private, and we. I'm sorry, when I see the South Park thing, they are mocking, Meghan and Harry. It's true. You want to be private? Stop do that. Go in South
I feel
Africa.
like that's
Like,
ridiculous. I can say I want to be private and then have a private interview or five. It's not me not being private. It's me talking about my reality to who I choose to talk to it. You know what I'm saying? But other people want to act like, oh, the black lady said she didn't want it to be private. So why she talking?
it's not for me. I will tell you that for African people. And she never used a black community card before.
I knew she was, and people want to say that too. I knew Megan was black without her saying, I'm black. I knew she was black. It did not require her to say, I'm black, for me to associate her with that.
I just think they need to get out the spotlight for a little bit. To be quite honest,
Yes,
I
the,
mean,
the
go raise
question.
your
Okay,
babies.
you make one interview. Okay, two. Okay, four, five. A documentary. A Netflix documentary, Laja, for sure. The
The
Netflix.
Netflix, that's still on their terms. When you say you want to be private, I feel like it's a blanket statement for I want things on my terms. That's saying I
But
don't want the paparazzi at my door. Don't come
okay,
dig in my
that thing
bushes.
I'm agree. I'm
Don't follow me with
agree.
a helicopter. I feel like that is what they were saying. And people took that and decided to try to use it as a way to silence them from speaking about their truthful experiences
But how
of
much time
racism
they
or
need to
whatever.
speak about the truth? Where we stop, Ladja? The question is the question of where we stop.
But that's the okay. So why does the question now get asked of where do we stop after the colonizers got to do what they did for hundreds of years? Now we get one person talking back. The spare is finally talking back. And now it's like, oh, why
I
are
will
we
tell you
talking
that
about this? Let's
if
get over
you
it.
know
It's not fair.
Ari, I will tell you that Ari, if you say to me he was a victim of no, he was a victim of nothing, of just his trauma. Yes, he was victim from French paparazzi, not other people, French people, and his mother was victim of that. We knew, it's very sad, and I'm agree with you. It's very sad. And Megan, she was victim for hard thing. Okay, we agree. You do 1, 2, 4, 5 Netflix show. Okay, you do a podcast. Okay, so when now we knew all the aspect of that situation, what we need to know more now.
They need to talk about it. I feel like when a person comes from trauma, you talk about it till you feel like you're not traumatized anymore. I feel like when you've been cut off from your hair, from your claim to the throne, without any money, no security, and you're left to the world to go try to make a living, and oh, people want to talk to me for $50,000, let me go talk. Oh, people want to do a documentary about me so I can feed me and my wife and my two kids since we got cut off from everything else. What is he supposed to go work at
I
IBM
will
or an
tell you one
Amazon
thing. I will
warehouse?
tell you.
What
I will
is he
tell you.
supposed to do? If
I,
how he can get his family paid is by sharing their experience and shedding light on the problem, then I feel like that's okay. What's that say?
what? What is it?
What's that say, Naughty?
What?
This is the house, guys. Jay-Z and
Yeah, that
Beyonce
house, it looks
purchased
so ugly.
the
That's an
most
ugly old house.
expensive home.
I just will finish. I just want to know if they are gonna be divorced.
Who,
Who?
Jay-Z?
He
No,
only bought
Meghan
his
and
house for
Harry.
kids.
Imagine the situation. Harry and Meghan, they're gonna be divorced.
Why would I imagine that?
I think it's coming. I think it's truly coming.
Who?
Because
Meghan and Harry?
yes, I think it's coming. Maybe on 6 months and 1.5, I think it's coming. If I say that theory, yes, it's ugly.
It's very ugly.
It's like a Lego thing.
It looks like a tomb.
Yeah. You know what it kind of looks like? Is Jeff Epstein Island house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It looks cold.
Very ugly. Can
Okay,
you imagine Blue Ivy playing in that house? No.
okay, it's a pool. It's what is it exactly, that thing? It's a pool
This looks
thing.
like an endless pool with concrete walls around it.
That
You
is
know,
ugly.
it's very like extra, alien UFO thing, like in other place to have alien coming in the. Oh yeah, it's very, it's not. It's very awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Lego thing. You know
It's
what?
so
It's like,
concrete.
we tell you that it's like a facility, mental health facility thing, like a camp.
And then what's up with all? You get earthquakes out here in California. I would not live in a house full of concrete slabs.
I will tell
Okay,
you that I
spoken
prefer to.
from a true California native. Okay,
We like stucco. You see, my house is stucco.
Yes,
Stucco and wood. They're smart.
but why they and normally it's gonna be have the big one in California soon.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, we got our water ready. We got some stuff ready. Hey, we are due. We're
And
definitely due.
and allegedly she lose money with the IV, Adidas thing, IV pack, Beyonce. It's why she need to get to go to do that Dubai, concert of $24 million. Is why she do her, a tour to get money back. And Jay-Z lose money too. I tell you that Jay-Z, it's always to be a traitor to his community. He go with the NFL after the Copernic, situation. Always do that. Always,
Oh yeah, he did do that, didn't he?
And say,
okay,
yeah,
guys. I got a scenario for you.
Okay.
tell us.
Imagine you go on vacation and you got this nice cozy hotel room, right? And two, not one, two random men come into your room, strangers. The hotel gave this woman key away and she went off on them. So woman, wow, goes off on hotel staff for giving two random men keys to her hotel room. Let me see.
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's front desk people in on sex trafficking women. And you know how much it takes for usually Black people to get a key to your room? And they just be like, "Oh, let me get a key." They don't ask for ID or nothing.
They don't. I've
And
done
I
it.
and then when the police get called, they're like, "I didn't do it." They look at the tape and they see him do it.
That's crazy.
Be
It's why
careful.
always
Safe
when I go
anywhere.
to the place like that, I always, make some, my bags on the front of the door. A chair, something very big. Sometimes if someone, try to open the door, and
Yeah.
like that, always, have the way, always place something and have always on you.
And that door latch thing, always use that
Yes,
because that's really
but
hard to get off.
you always need to have a little bag under your pillow
Don't do
with
that to that. Pick it up the right way, baby.
your phone charge, always with a little flashlight, your ID card, and always get some cash on it to get away.
Mm-hmm.
No, get away, and just please don't sleep naked. Always have a pajama. Always have a pajama on you. It's better. But it's very complicated now for this situation with human trafficking. And now we see so much that coming.
Go out of
And
here and I'll find the cookies.
the thing, with a mirror, to see if your mirror is a true mirror or it's a blind mirror someone can see you behind. Because sometimes what you have a mirror on your bathroom in hotel is not a mirror. It's a, mirror, it's a glass people can see you behind.
Here, babe.
It's very dangerous now, to be alone on some hotel. It's very.
You're welcome, baby.
But I tell you that,
Is it me or Kyle Richards look weird? She looks weird.
she lose weight, so much weight.
She looks like Skeletor.
She looks weird. She looks like Caitlyn Jenner in this one.
Oh my God, that's Kyle?
That's what they're saying.
That is Caitlyn Jenner's twin.
No, it's Kyle. Look.
That's Kate. No. They both start with K.
I'm telling you, look. Oop. It's all on the same.
I don't know. I don't feel like seeing a skeleton is gorgeous. Like there's nothing sexy about seeing bones with skin. I'm sorry. I'm bona fide black. I need some cushion, pushing, curve, swerve. I need something. I mean, we're not hangers, people. Your clothes are supposed to get filled out a little bit. Like
there's a little eye candy for you guys.
Ooh, who that are? Who that are?
This is Bundy Fit.
Oh,
You
did
know
you
I
see
like
that
eye candy.
Omarion has a brother?
Orion is so fine.
I was like,
I'm
ooh.
crushing on him.
Yeah, he was a cutie pie.
No, he's even more fine. Like, oh my God. Hello,
Yeah.
Orion.
I was like, how your other brother get famous? You fine. He must have not wanted to be in the acting.
He did some singing, he said.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
I was like, he's married to the singer Ayako.
Ayako?
Yeah, they just had a baby.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how cute is that?
Well,
I'm gonna have to check out the Sloan. I'm gonna have to check out Storm Monroe.
Girl, it's juicy.
I have to watch.
Yes, I know
College
Storm
Hill.
Monroe is very juicy. I will tell you that he had so much story about black magic. The truth about.
He talks about the Illuminati a lot.
Ooh, we better. Is he okay?
Yeah, he okay. He okay.
I will tell you that I see his show, and someone advised me so much a month ago. It's very interesting. He tried always to have some facts and not to go on that conspiracy, but it always tried to stay on the facts more.
Mm-hmm.
And to have some people make testimony, but the Harvey situation, woo boy, I don't see.
I don't know why I get so. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm so worked up about racism, and I just am not in the habit of Black people or white people who speak out truth to power having the STFU, and they have a time limit on it or something. That's what I feel like is happening to Meghan and Harry. I feel like somebody is finally willing to say what they really experienced in that space, and they're trying to be silenced. Like nobody. They're like, oh, you're still talking about it? Oh, and I just don't understand why we aren't more intrigued and wanting to know more from an insider who was there. I mean, if you think about it, the royals have had how many colonies of a lifetime to narrate a story?
Jamaica is denouncing Europe. They picked up the flag, like, because they did the.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna take people talking about things that people might not want to hear about their royals, about their monarchies or whatever. But
it's the same thing with the show Southern Charm. I love how they integrated that show and made them take accountability.
They made them have a Black girl on there. But then that white girl tried to run her. She was like, hey, you're not gonna make this a black-white thing.
Well, but let's talk about what your ancestors, like why you're so rich and privileged. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the statue of your grandfather that owned slaves.
Yes,
and
but
us and R-word us and M-word us.
I see one thing about this cast. You see how that people coming from this whole family are in some way cursed and have the karma back. Ravenel,
Mhm.
Catherine. They don't go in the show. Catherine, she lost her kids. Tom Ravenel, he doesn't get have the possibility to be a senator or to do political thing. Yes, he had the kid, but his name is now very
Mud,
dirty with this story
mud.
of
And that's
substance
the part
abuse,
also
of the
for
air
Ravenel
thing.
to for Bravo to let Ravenel keep her show and be on it, but they took Mariah Huck's show from her and kicked her off is another place for Bravo to
He's not
illuminate
in
their
the
racist
show.
tendencies.
He's not in the show anymore. He was getting out because he had so much allegation of
But they
rape.
let him keep he's only out because of allegations. He's not out because Bravo
Yes,
took their
but
show.
you know who is the best? On the big, it was this old Miss Patricia. Miss
Oh, her
Patricia,
son. He runs everything. He's the one that
and
created the
her too,
show.
her too,
And he's
her
still on it
too.
too?
Yes, and you know what is very sad. Craig Conover was always, still like a black sheep. Now we have success. I hope very good with Austin and his friend Shep and Danny. All these people coming from this big whole family with money about slavery are all lost their life in a way and another.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, I don't. It's like if they're not judging you by your color, they're judging you by the status of money you have as a family and your
Right.
lineage. And so
You,
I
you,
felt like
you,
Craig was like,
but now he had big money, he had success, he had a
yeah,
big,
Craig is the most
company,
successful.
and he
Craig
had big
is?
Craig had to
money.
work for his.
Yes, with his pillow thing, and all the people in the beginning, insult him
Do they still
and
let
mock.
that redheaded girl on the show?
Catherine.
Catherine, she was the granddaughter of the statue thing, and she expired. She make her kids with Tom Ravenel. She lost her the custody. She had big problem money.
And then didn't she date that black guy? I
Yep.
Yes,
told
and
myself,
Right
he
after
I
the
was like,
racist,
black guy, be careful.
right after the racist
yes,
allegations came out, all of a sudden she's dating
yes,
someone
and
Yeah.
black.
you
And I
know
was
what?
like, ooh, be careful, black guy. She gonna say you beat her or art her or
Yes, it's
something.
exactly what
And she
happened.
did.
It's exactly what happened. And you know what is very funny? His family name was Ravenel because he was from
He
the
was from the slaves that
yes
owned
from
his
Tom
ass.
Ravenel. And when I see that, I say, "Oh gosh, oh gosh!" And she accused him, and I think she made complaint on police about him. She was victim of DV.
That's why, guys, these shows on Bravo, they're deeper than what you think.
Right? For real, for real.
Thousand charm. I will tell you that. It was very dark for me because we see hold the karma and you make your ancestry on the back on black people coming back in your life. You know what we say in Africa? What your ancestry did is gonna be getting on your blood, and you have to pay. You have to pay the sin of your bloodline. You don't know. It's not the fact. You don't know, but you have to pay. You have to pay, and they paid. When you see the Catherine, she lose everything, because she make that comment about monkey, and she lose everything. Tom
Yep,
Ravenel too, he lose everything because
she
he had
did.
yes, and Danny, she need to get out of the show because she had some STDs allegation by Madison LeCroix.
She had STD allegations?
Yes,
What's the
Madison,
goofy one?
No
Madison LeCroix,
way.
Shep.
Shep. Yep,
He said
he
she
was
had a
spreading
hot box?
STDs.
She had
Yes,
a hot box?
Yes, Austin said to Madison Danny had STDs allegedly coming from Shep because Shep is gonna be, voila, like that.
That's
Shep gets drunk,
insane.
it's a wrap.
Well, this has been
Okay.
excellent, Naughty. I
And you
appreciate
know
you
what
letting me
happened
up.
with Austin? Madison caught him with two girls in his room, and he was on the footage. And it was a big, shame from him on the internet and YouTube. You can find that. Austin find Madison find him, and he was on the show.
Whoa.
And you know what? Gillo and Ben Affleck are together because Craig, during the last reunion of Sodersham, said Madison LeCroix, she had, sexting, she had something maybe with Alex Rodriguez, is why Gillo, cut off with him his engagement and to get back with Ben Affleck.
Oh, it is crazy.
And I will tell you that.
I
But
appreciate I appreciate both you ladies coming up and joining me as usual. I'm about to go ahead and take
Thanks
my
for having me.
afternoon nap because I ain't no good unless I take a nap.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see you dancing on bar tops later. So
okay,
go take your nap.
Okay,
Go take your disco nap, darling.
we need to make a Lady Ukiki about men, unfaithful, and Vanderpump.
Well, and we still need to do our each of our Costco's.
Oh, I can do.
I haven't been.
Me neither.
I go. You know what? I go in one of Costco. I was very sad because I don't find the strawberry pretzel I want.
I'm thinking of the show being Men in Power, how they silence.
Yeah. That sounds powerful.
Yes, I will tell you that it's true. It's true. It's very powerful. But
because that's what it comes down to: power and control.
Yeah.
Yes,
and the reason they want to control us, ladies, is because we have the power to create life. So if they let us run amok, then obviously we're witches.
The power of the pea, people. The power of the pea.
The power to be a woman, but
Yoni power. Yoni.
But you know what? The problem is just to think you have this power. You need to don't forget to have a brain first. You have a brain.
Look, I'm so crazy. I'm gonna show you guys.
You have a brain and you have a kid around you. You can say some word with one kid. But I say that. Oh yes.
Yoni Steamer.
It's very well known enough. It's African, tradition. You do that Yoni thing too. It's very important. And after that, you say, "Oh, it's not." I say, "Yes, it's good because in Africa, they do that to help you to have some, power on the man with all."
Look, Sin City said, "Wow, y'all still here."
Now we on a Yoni, okay?
Okay, we need maybe to make a live about that thing, adult life, about that situation, about the power of the yoni of the woman on men. Because you know what? Men try to make think we are
T. Yes. Or that we're weak. When we are obviously the stronger, we can have a whole baby out of hole this big, you guys. We're the strong ones.
Yes,
I did it twice. I did it twice. I birthed two of them.
What? The question is why the healthcare don't treat the woman health problem with all the PCOS, everything like that with good first. Why is it so difficult?
Well, because medicine itself is based off of men. Because I feel like medicinal, like Western medicine type, is men were the doctors, right? Men were the scientists. Men are in the laboratory. But with natural healing, who's the healer? The woman. We know which,
and they are killed.
You know what I mean?
Witches. They say they are witches because they are used plants and na.
Right.
But I will tell you that they try to hunt witches. Witchery voodoo coming from Africa. In Africa, we use plants to heal people. It's a tradi practitioner. You take on the forest and you take. I was grow with that. I use plants for the COVID thing, the sea thing. I use plants too. Ginkgo and red ginkgo and artemisia. Okay, I use plants.
Yeah.
Now you see white people going on jungle, try to keep the secrets and to make them on the pill and to sell you that of 100.
Yes, exactly. I know this could be a whole nother hour though, Sarah, and she has to take a disco nap. So I'm gonna drop down.
Yes, I will go to sleep too because it's night here. I need to go to sleep.
Okay, mon amis.
Okay,
I love you guys. I'll see you later.
Okay, just before.
Okay.
Where we do the next Lady Ukiki. We need to say that.
We need to. So she's moving. I thought we were gonna bump it to Krista and then come back to Nadi.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to let Krista know that she's up and find out what day and time she can do it. And then
Okay.
we'll come back to Nadi. Then we go to Corey. Then we go to Cuz.
Yes, maybe we go to Corey if Krista she's not, because Krista
Well,
she's
Krista said she was up next, though. Krista
She said
should
in
be
the
up
group
next.
chat.
but
Love
you
you,
need maybe
Sin.
to remember her. Because
Huh?
tonight she's go on live in 7 p.m. Ask her on the live of Wonderpub.
I'm just gonna text her. I'm gonna text her now and see
You
All
see
right.
her.
when she wants to go,
Now
and
I
we'll
go to
let you
sleep.
put it in the
Have a
chat.
good day to everybody.
Au
Bisous,
revoir.
bisous, ciao, bisous.
Good night.
Okay.
All right, you guys. I appreciate y'all joining. I know we got the train a little derailed today, but it's just so much information out there that needs to be talked about. We are planning panels with Lady Hukiki, and these are the type of subjects that we're going to be getting into: men in power, how they affect women, and women, and taking your power back, and how to bring value back to yourself. So I'm looking forward to it. And to all my haters,
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. I love y'all too. Happy Friday to everybody. Check me out on all my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. I mainly go live on Insta, and so I'll probably be live tonight, you guys. You know how we go. All right, it's Friday night. We're gonna hit the town. Thank you so much, Sin. I appreciate all y'all support thus far. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.